Sorry about that, kids. That was my fault. Stupid. My headphones were muted. I'm like, how come I couldn't hear nothing? Oh well. Psycho, no excuse. First cup coffee right now in the Iron Man mug. Yes. It'd be kind of funny, like if this was a trick mug and like you heated it with hot liquid and like Iron Man's little centerpiece like glowed because it's hot liquid. See, that'd be kind of funny, actually, I think. Anyways, everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, which, of course, always powered by the starting fluid of coffee. I need it. Oh boy, do I need it. Anyways, we go and title this thing today, Thursday morning VC Chillfest, as opposed to a Chili Fest. You know, that's completely different all in itself. Oh boy. Anywho, as I was getting ready to come on here, we discovered, of course, for VC weather and traffic together, on the fives. But currently, right now, what did we say it was? Minus what? Negative two degrees right now in Northwest Arkansas. Ugh. I feel bad for my kid. Hopefully, he gets a ride home.
Oh, it's -5. Feels like -16 now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. -5 feels like -16. Boy, my bestie must be bored. she showed up. Donna's on here.
I said hi.
Brittany says, hey. Oh, boy. Anyways, Donna, you're first today. I'll send out the Psycho Platter No prize. Just like Marvel Comics. We can't win if at least there's no snow, but guess what? We're gonna put it below zero and trap your ass in the house. Anyways, oh man, I need to clean my glasses. I get new ones. I get new glasses hopefully tomorrow, and then you guys can see what they look like. They're in tortoiseshell frames. It's the only hint I can give you right now at this point. At least, like I said, at least I could see. Whoops, with this. No, that's this on here. That at least I can open up just about completely. It don't really hurt so much, which is nice. Yes, she says. That's the symbol I'm getting here. Anyways, guys, I know. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. No, that's something else. But I didn't alert any of the VC Justice League because this was like so last minute in the time frame. But I want to appreciate the 8 people that are here. We all have to start our day somewhere, and I'm grateful that's part of you people. I said, you people, start your day with me. I wish I could do this every morning, to be honest with you, but like I said, realistically, I do have to go back to work sometime soon. But until then, several times a week, we'll do morning streams. Bless you. And let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, Brittany's on the teal couch. She hooked up her electric blanket. Oh yes, this is going to be an electric blanket kind of day, isn't it? As opposed to if you had an electric blanket on Beat Street. Oh God, here we go. It would be an electric boogaloo blanket. See, but anyways, Miss Toby, our cat. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, she just I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about you. But she's sitting on the puzzle. Yeah, it's this puzzle that Brittany's been working on. She's stuck in the sky area. I don't blame her. It's all white. I would sit there. I'd be going I'd be driven mad over puzzles. That's for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a good puzzle. But let's face it. Ethan seems to like puzzles, but they have to be small. Now what? I heard you. Where'd you go? Oh, not again. Look, okay, you know what? Do you think I need to put her in time? Son of a bitch, in timeout? Look at this. Just look at this one. She just keeps doing it. She keeps doing it. I'm telling you. Yeah, I didn't say this was going to be high quality television this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That was last night. Actually,
He got her right.
what's that?
I think he got her right.
He got a ride, thank God. So you didn't have to be.
Nate, there's
Yeah,
Nate.
yeah. Donna goes off and says about Toby Tobin's the queen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You little furball. Get your ass down here. Anyways, I'm glad he got a ride and he didn't have to walk in -2 because it would have been about 25 to 30-minute walk. Not good, ladies and gentlemen. If it's cold and snowy in your neck of the woods, do yourself a favor, stay home. Yeah, everyone deserves a snow day from time to time. That's a fact. Fact, as Melody would say.
Brian gave me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank God he gave you a ride.
Your friendly neighborhood racist.
Yipes. Well,
Oh, you're streaming.
yeah. So, never mind. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. Oh,
That's only half of it. I'll give you that half later.
what's this? I've never seen this before. Don't get excited. It goes to a bill. Thank you, nevertheless.
I said, yeah.
Unfortunately, I still need fundage. And so before I even get into the rest of the day here,
Yeah, I told
well, we're only going to be on for maybe about 60 to 75 minutes tops. That's usually what I try to do on morning shows, because you guys got things to do, everybody's got things to do. But like I said, we're having some issues right now. And so I really do love it when you guys like and subscribe. And please with that like button. Last night we were a shade under 400 views. Again, you guys are amazing, simply amazing. If it's not the audience, it's the panel. We try. I hope Beetle Babe will show up here very soon. I don't know, but due to, like I said, we're not entirely sure if the paycheck, the money's going to come. I've been mentioning to people, if you've got, your, what is it Jerry Lewis used to do, is get your nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters. Paul MP's on PayPal. That's right. You'll see a sideways shot of me with a beard, kind of like now, except it'd be like this. If you can donate, please do, because I'm a little scared right now. We're not sure if I'm going to be able to make rent. Yeah. And I didn't ask. Nobody ever asks to be out of commission for a few weeks. And because I work for a big box retailer, things get even more dicey, if you get my drift. Excuse me. Let's go to try to wake up here this morning. And one of the things I think we're going to do is we didn't really do exactly a full tribute per se on Jamie Muir, if you will, who of course passed away. So let's go and dig up something just to play something for a little bit for you guys, something that you would not hear on whatever your radio stations. You ain't gonna find that. No, you won't. So how about, we're not going to play all of this, okay, ladies and gentlemen? I have to be within. I don't care, Apple. I just don't give a shit. Let me set you up here and we're going to all play something. So, all right, Jamie Muir, member of King Crimson, unfortunately died earlier this week. So I thought, what better to try to do some kind of a tribute? I'm not playing all 13 and a half minutes of this, forget that. But I'll play a couple minutes from the album Lark's Tongue and Aspic. This is part 1. Morning, Zeb. Yeah, probably not. And there's your taste. Piss off, YouTube. Yeah, that's why I told you I wasn't going to do all 13 minutes. But there you go. Oh, and Donna, I found the white label promo to Lizards from Crimson. So when I see you tomorrow, I'll give it to you. And Speaker allows it. And that'd be great, Speaker, if you were the all hail speak. Yeah, I know, right? Rest in peace, Jamie Muir. And of course, Rick Buckler last night from the Jam, which we talked about that yesterday. Donna said, did the Green Power Ranger die? This is now just coming up.
Green Power Ranger. I don't know.
I don't know either. Donna's asking me, did the Green Power Ranger die? Their finest album, Lark's Tongue and Aspic. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Jason David Frank. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead.
When did he die?
November 19th of 2022. He was 49 years old.
Oh, November 2022, though, Jason David Frank, 49 years old, Donna. So I guess he's been dead for a little over 2 years. I don't know. I don't
died of erotic asphyxiation. I'm just kidding.
No, he didn't die like
David Carradine
or Michael Hutchins. No. Oh, by the way, if you kind of get into strange movies, go watch Robin Williams' Father of the Year. I dare you. Go ahead. It's a good movie, but go ahead. You'll find out why I'm telling you this.
I'm happy.
He's happy.
Yeah, about to get some sweet.
Yeah.
I can get the stickiest on it.
Ramalama ding dong.
Smoke with your old boy, Rick James.
Chicka pop pie, click clack, click clack, wag batty wag, give yourself a bone. Don't ask me. I have no clue. When that dumb cat go? Okay, the cat's not around. Good. All right. Let's go off and play something that I didn't get to do yesterday. And, even though this gives me an extra excuse, I suppose, for putting on a stupid American cartoon, although this one here is kind of dated. I don't know what it is about me, but I get fascinated with the stuff from World War II, especially the what was that?
You're like, especially, and I said, Adolf Hitler.
Oh my! I don't. Anyways, you're killing me. So we're going to go back to 1943. I don't care if Daryl Dixon's alive or dead. All right. So just imagine that you were in a movie theater in 1943 and you happen to see this because it would have been shown. Will it have to unfortunately apply to today in 2025? Who knows? But this is Warner Brothers. So let's see what they have to tell us about point rationing of foods. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this will not be pleasant. I wonder how many points for eggs. Eggs are ridiculously priced. Why are they trying to sound like an offshoot of Star Wars? Like when they're going up to... Never mind.
This is the greatest demand for food in our history. Food for our Army and Navy. Food for the invasion front. Food for ourselves on the home front. Food to help our fighting allies and the people of the Allied countries. It takes pounds of food a day to keep a soldier on the fighting front. Millions of pounds of food each day.
And cookware.
The best way to supply our men overseas and our fighting allies with most of the food
And can openers.
is in dried form.
Carmen Miranda.
In addition to the military, other factors affect our canned food supply.
He said canned.
Our major peacetime sources have been cut off by the enemy.
Uh-oh. No more
Our
Tin
railroads
Tin for
and
you.
transportation facilities
Or
are
Rin
being
Tin
taxed
Tin.
to their utmost, carrying munitions, armaments, war supplies, and troops. That leaves less shipping space for civilian foodstuffs. And then there's the farm labor shortage.
Mm-hmm. There's always been a farm labor
All
shortage.
this means that we at home will have less canned fruits, vegetables, soups, and other processed foods for our use.
So my suggestion, grow your own garden, ladies and gentlemen, if you
Without
have the
rationing
ability.
these foods, some people would get more than their fair share. Others would not even get what they need. But rationing assures everyone of his fair share. That is why your government is rationing canned fruits and vegetables and other processed foods. Until now, we have been rationing one item at a time, like sugar and coffee.
No sugar tonight for my
Fruits and
no
vegetables
sugar
are
tonight
not
for my
one
tea.
product. They are hundreds of products in hundreds of different brands.
Looks like a bunch of
grades,
pill
sizes,
bottles.
varieties.
Hey, my name's in the middle.
Bottles, packages, in dried and
Without a
frozen
needle.
form. One cannot say, as in the case of sugar, each citizen will be allowed 2 cans of peaches a week or
That's
4
it.
cans of spinach.
That's it.
It could be true
Popeye
that
would
some
be
people
pissed.
don't like spinach.
And
Some of
Popeye
you
will
may
take
want
your
to buy
spinach
canned corn.
by force.
Others of you may want to buy canned peas or spinach.
I taste good in a can.
So the question arises, what method of rationing can be used so that each citizen may get his fair share of canned fruits and vegetables and other commercially packed
Look at
foods,
this guy here.
and
That
it
looks
will
like a
still
roll of
allow freedom of
Braunschweiger
choice?
that he's getting ready to cut
A
into.
system which has been adopted and has worked successfully in England for over a year is called point rationing.
Oh, England,
In the
yes.
point rationing system, all these foods are grouped together, and your ration book is used to buy those you like.
Hey, that's my
Those
line.
items which are not so scarce will take fewer points.
See?
Items which are more scarce will take more points.
Mm-hmm. Get your
Point
calculators
stamps to buy these
and your
ration
protractor.
books are in War Ration Book 2. This book contains blue and red stamps. Blue stamps
But
are
no
to be
green
used for canned
stamps.
fruits, vegetables,
Damn it, I
soups,
want that outdoor
juices,
set.
and other processed foods. Red stamps will be used for meat. This is a typical page of blue stamps in War Ration Book 2. Notice that the stamps are given point numbers, 8, 5, 2, 1. Everyone will get 48 points each period.
There'll be a quiz on
But
this
we
later.
will use blue stamps ABC for the first period, DEF for the second, and so forth. Point values will be the same in all stores. Every store in which
Super
we shop
duper
must
market.
post the official table of point values of all point rationed items in all sizes.
That's right.
From time to time, point values may change, and stores will post the new point value. Here's an example of how point rationing works. This lady, all decked out with her family's brand new ration books, starts out to do some shopping. First of all, she wants to buy a can of peas.
Not to be confused with canopies, which Curly doesn't know how to make.
She wants to buy a can of chicken soup. And she wants some dried prunes.
Nah, that's gonna be a strange dinner. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, there's our list complete, and all that remains to be done is to tear out 14 points in stamps and pay the grocer. But wait just a minute. Just for fun, let's take another look at that point ration table. Hey, slow down there. What about those string beans? Why, there are only 3 points in the size we want. If we buy those instead of peas, we can save 5 points.
Go get your abacus, kids.
Fresh apples don't require any points. Well, why not buy those instead of dried prunes? And save another point. So there we are, our shopping list complete. With the same amount of goods, and with 6 points saved for future use. Smart girl. She's smart in more ways than one, too.
Hopefully whatever she's making is going to be edible.
Wisely saving her small ones for low-point purchases later on. Because she shops early in the day, and so helps her grocer.
Yeah.
Because wherever possible, she substitutes
I try to shop early in the day, too.
For canned or processed ones. This is point rationing. This is the way to assure everyone here at home an equal opportunity to get the same fair share. This is the way to assure food for our fighting men and for our fighting allies.
Go get them, boys.
It's the American
With your
way to
throw the can of peas at them. That's really how the H-man went. Somebody threw a can of apricots. See? Aren't you glad for the moment we don't have no point rationing nonsense like there was about 82 years ago? They didn't do that for Korea or Nam. Just the big one. It's so cold out there that ooh, even the door crack, he just went. All right. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I didn't have anything exactly planned, but that's all right. I just like doing these. That was quick. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to be stuck out there either.
Yeah, I ain't trying to have a full conversation.
Sentence and a half. So get this, right? So according to the weather report, that it's supposed to be 60 by Sunday. All of this is going to be gone. Northwest Arkansas for you. And we got dumped. When did I say we got dumped? Tuesday. Tuesday morning, 8:30. So whatever.
I told you, I know you need your fix.
Oh my. Next on Psycho's Platters, cats and drugs. Do they love them? Meow.
Explain why she hangs out with me when I'm chiefing.
That answer, chiefing, huh?
Yeah.
Mello would be so proud of you.
I don't want
All right. That's stellar. Anywho. So so I'm going to play you guys something. I try to come up with music that maybe you guys have never heard. Considering that this is a small label, hopefully we can get away with this today because I'm not in the mood for nonsense, not for anybody, from anybody. So how about I tell you that you could win a bar bet if you were in a bar and you could go off and say, hey, I can connect Kansas to Collective Soul and Twisted Sister. And I know you're going to be like, what? How? Well, very simple. Steve Walsh in 2005 put out an album called Shadow Man. And the guitarist for Collective Soul and Joe Franco, drummer of Twisted Sister, perform on the whole album. There's bonus tracks. David Ragsdale, who was the other violin player in Kansas, who I got to meet and have a nice conversation with, also plays violin on this track. You are going to be looking at A Dark Day.
City siren bust in my bed. I hear the windows moan. I see the sun is red. Despair fell yesterday. I saw the tide just wash my soul away. It's a dark day. Cup of coffee, be warm, going down. I'd stare inside and see if I'm gonna drown. I think the first thing I'll do, scatter dreams on Reckless Avenue. Oh, red dawn, it's a dark day in Babylon. Red dawn, it's a dark day in the heart of a vagabond. Patron saint with the evil eye, look of shadows falling from the sky. Splintered trees that make no sense. Jagged glass and steel in the present tense. It's a dark day. Defeating clothes and get down our hounds. Muddy ball is all that's left of Babylon. Shock treatments of an eerie scene. 10,000 travesties, what do they mean? Oh, red dawn, it's a dark day in Babylon. Red dawn, it's a dark day in the heart. Moon cries, shots spring out from poison veins of treason. Sun burns, the rivers foul, suffering gets its season. All lost at sea, all lost at sea. Let go, but you know it's only me. Sirens busting my bed. I hear the windows moan. I see the sun is red. Silent thought till the voice rang out. Looked around and said, what's this all about? It's a dark day. It's a dark day. Oh, red dawn. It's a dark day in Babylon. Red dawn. It's a dark day in the heart. Oh, red dawn. It's a dark day in Babylon. Red dawn. It's a dark day in the heart of a vagabond.
There you go. See, I always try to give you guys different kinds of music to be able to listen to. So from 2005, Steve Walsh, former lead singer of Kansas, and Shadow Man, with members of Collective Soul and Twisted Sister, and other Kansas alumni as well. I was listening yesterday, actually. I've got, I think I put it away, though, so I don't have it, but right out here. But Schemer Dreamer, which, Schemer Dreamer, which was a decent album, too. In fact, and I didn't know this till I did a little research, but there actually was a future member of Counting Crows. That was actually one of his starts, was on that 1980 Steve Walsh solo. Not too bad, but Old Cantwolf, yes. Yeah, I mean, Yes, it's a different band, but Kansas, you betcha. From the first album to about Audio Visions, of course, from in 1980 would be your classic, Steve Walsh era Kansas. But you know what? I like John Elefante too. You know, Play the Game Tonight, Fight Fire with Fire. But they were gone by 84, resurrected back in 86. Yeah, where the hell is Melody? I don't know. Maybe he's sleeping. Like I said, I didn't alert the VC Justice League today because this was like so sudden. But I figure what the hell. So I'm gonna go play you another different track from a Kansas related band. Yeah, because I tripped on this also yesterday. Now, if you lived in the Tampa, Florida area back in the 90s, well, you would have ended up finding a band, or should I say, here, I'm trying to get this all in here. But there used to be a band called Stormbringer. And what happened, though, was that Robbie Steinhardt, of course, classic violin player who was there from the first album Through Vinyl Confessions in 1982. Of course, he passed away in 2021 in summertime. But they had this band called Steinhardt Moon. Now, Moon is Rick Moon, okay? I almost got myself half confused, thinking that we were looking at Gary Moon, who, of course, worked with Night Ranger and Three Dog Night, but that's not the case. So technically the album's called Moonshot, and Too Hot to Handle is Too Hard to Handle from 1999. Let's see if you guys dig this.
Since you want the Lord, look out! No doubt, that woman of yours just might be too hot to handle. That girl is too hot to handle. Do you wanna rock? Now do you wanna roll? Is she really that tough?
Interesting.
Too hot to handle. She said she didn't want to have a party anymore. Asked me for my keys, said that she would drive. She told me that the party wasn't giving her a ride. Oh yeah, don't stare. Nasty as they come, got you on the run. Too hot to handle. The woman is too hot to handle.
Interesting.
Now do you want to roll? Baby, you're so tough, but give me more of that stuff. Too hot to handle. Woman is too hot to handle. We got it in my Chevy, maybe it's more. Before I got lost, you better the foot was to the floor. Give me all you got, put me to the test. Point me in the right direction, let me do the rest. Too hot to handle. Too hot to handle. Too hot to handle. Too hot to handle.
Thank you. That's right. Too Hard to Handle. Robbie Steinhardt, Rick Moon, Moonshot LP. That was their second one, by the way. They did one in the early 90s. Funny Crimson story to tell, but I'd have to come up and tell it, visuals and all. Come on up. I'm curious about this Crimson story myself. Here, hang on. I would love to hear. I like hearing all kinds of music-related stories. Like I said, that's the reason why when I ended up at the Shannon Remembrance event and bumped into Jerry, who had those Pantera stories he was telling me, and he also had some Johnny and Edgar Winter stories too. If we can get him on here, that'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. You've seen this guy before, but it's been quite a while. So let's hear this story. I'm curious.
Well, it was in the 90s, and I was with my friend Tom, and we were in Pittsburgh. It was a small amphitheater at the. It's in Pittsburgh. It's like at the downtown. It's like close to downtown. But anyhow, the story is that we were there in the audience, and they were playing a song. There was Fripp. There was only three of them. There was Fripp, Blue, and another guy, and I can't remember who the third one was. He was playing percussion, and they were like playing a song, and I yelled from the audience. I said, "Hey, Fripp!" I said, "Where's Jamie Muir at?" And he's going like this, cupping his ear like he can't hear what I'm saying. And I said, "Hey, Fripp!" I said again, "Where's Jamie Muir at?" He's cupping his ear. Blue, I see Blue next to him, and he's talking to him, and he's got the smile on his face. And I go like this. I go, like from the first album, and he got a big kick out of that. But I thought that was a funny story, but I couldn't tell it without the visuals.
That's
but
funny.
I went like this.
That's funny. Oh,
but,
man. I should have went and saw him once at least. I should have went and saw him once. I like the well, of course I like Court of the Crimson King. I like some of the 70s stuff, even the 80s stuff when they came back. I remember I was like 15, 16 when those albums came out. I'd love to go off and play. And if you guys have ever seen the Fridays TV appearance, that Elephant Talk. That was a strange track, and I just remember watching it. Like I said, I'm like 15, 16 years old. I'm going, what am I watching? I didn't like knock it or nothing, but I'm like, this is kind of strange. But all the musicianship on that stage, for early 80s Crimson. I mean, but then I ended up finding, I got them for like next to nothing. I picked up 90s stuff. I couldn't get behind it. Like I played Thrack, and there was like another one that I found for like almost free. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I don't get it. It was too busy. I don't mind if there's purpose and you go crazy and cacophonic and everything, but I'm like, it just was so out of the boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, this is definitely a different Crimson than what the hell I remember when I was a kid. So,
oh yeah.
But that's kind of when I jumped off the train. Not that I was a super fan, but I mean, I liked him, but I'm like, I can't deal with this. So
I've been a fan ever since the late 60s, because when my friend was alive and we had a band, I took all their albums down to his house, and he hadn't heard them all. He might have heard one or two, but he hadn't heard them, but I had them all on album. And I took him down to his house and played them for him, and he just loved them ever since. He passed on a few years ago, Kevin. He was the leader of our band, and he died. So
what was the band called?
He was a big fan. But after that concert, we waited and waited to go see the band, because I really wanted to meet Fripp. I really was looking forward to meeting Fripp. For years, I wanted to meet Fripp. Mm-hmm. And something happened, and they took off, and they didn't do the meet and greet. and there was a bad storm coming, and I guess that's why. And it came through Pittsburgh, and it was like some kind of tornado or something, and
Oh
it messed a
God.
whole bunch of stuff up. And they must have known about that it was coming because they got out of Dodge real quick after the concert.
I don't blame
So-
you for that one.
So, but I waited for years to meet the guy.
Six
have.
Beatles asking, was it April 29th, 1974 show?
No, this was in the 1990s at the amphitheater down in Pittsburgh. They had like an amphitheater, and it was there. It's on the south side.
You're a superstar. Maybe it was the Stanley Theater he sang?
No, it was outside.
Outside.
It was outside. I can't think what they call it, but it's on the south side of Pittsburgh. I lived real close there when I lived in Bell Vernon. I lived like a half hour from there.
Oh, that's not too bad at all.
Now I live in West.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in West Virginia now. All my stuff's still up there, but I haven't been able to get back up to get it yet.
Wow. I used to have
That's
a friend
another whole story.
Yeah, I used to have a friend in West Virginia, just about maybe 20 minutes away from Wheeling, but unfortunately she's passed on too. I don't know. I think of you daily,
Well-
Sarah. I do. Mm.
Who was that in West Virginia? Do you remember?
Oh boy, I had a feeling maybe you were going to ask me that. I just want to say
McMecken, maybe?
it's like about 20 minutes southeast of Wheeling.
Probably Meccan or Moundsville, probably. McMecken or Moundsville, I'd say.
I don't know, but needless to say, unfortunately, she passed away in a house fire out there, and I was planning on going there before Christmas just to visit her, and unfortunately, she had bad diabetes, lost a leg. Okay, she had a motorized chair. She was cooking Christmas dinner. I talked to her, right? And it was like between Christmas and New Year's, something happened and she couldn't get out. She was trapped. And that I always have to live with that thought, knowing that that's how she went. And I am just like, nobody deserves to go like that. Nobody.
Yeah, but it wasn't your fault, though.
No,
You
I know
know?
that, but still, just thinking of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know,
blame
depressing
yourself.
talk on a Thursday morning, but I mean, yeah, I know you people didn't ask for that. I said you people because I mean, he came up here
Well-
with the King Crimson story, and then I turned it into a
Yeah.
house fire.
My friend,
That's not right.
my friend Sandra just died here probably 2-3 months ago, and she had kidney disease, and it was brought on by that and sugar and everything else. And I just knew it was. She was going 3 times a week for therapy. I knew it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
She was my first girlfriend. So
Oh God. See, that's the thing. That's the thing right now.
she was a lot younger than I am. I mean, she was probably 5-6 years younger than me.
Back then, you know, I mean, heck, you know, I've it doesn't matter. Age is just a number. That's how I feel about it, you know. But I get what you're saying. But I got one of my friends right now in the hospital. Hopefully, I'll get an update sometime later today because I don't know why she's there, and she's one of my exes. But I'm friends with most of my exes. Most,
Me too.
you know, yeah, because I mean, it just wasn't our time. That's how I feel about all that stuff, you know. And so listen, any other little you got like another interesting concert story, Chris, from anybody? Just anybody you've seen?
Well, I saw Angus Young and AC/DC and Wheeling, and they were great. I mean, Angus was up on top of the speakers, and he kept turning around and acting like he was going to pull his pants down and in the audience. He just kept acting like he was going to do it, and then he didn't do it, and it was funny. you know. But the Stones is the best concert I've ever been to. When I saw the Stones in Pittsburgh, that was just it.
Do you remember roughly when that was?
It was in the '90s. It was
Okay.
It was in the '90s. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It was really good. I mean, then I saw in Pittsburgh, and I mean, they did the whole fire thing and everything. You know, he breathed the fire and it came out, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll tell you, that's a kiss for you.
and then Metallica was the wild.
Oh,
Metallica was the wild. Oh man, it was wild. They did all kind of stuff to screw with your head. They had this guy coming across the stage like he was on fire, and they had this guy drop down and he was hanging there. They did all kind of stuff because they were talking about it on the radio afterwards, and people were like, "Is that really? You know, was that real, or was that just stuff that they did?" Because it was just people were calling in and saying it was the wildest show they've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah, I only ever got to see them once. That was Monsters of Rock in '88. Was the only time I got to see Metallica.
My ears rang for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't even. My memory is so bad now. I bet you I definitely was, even though it was an outdoor joint. I bet you mine were deaf for a couple of days myself too. But yeah, I mean, I miss festivals like that. I really, really do. You know, I don't. You wouldn't be able to catch me going to anything like that now. It's just too much now. No, exactly.
Oh, I couldn't, because you know, I've got this problem with my prostate, and all I do is pee all the time. So you know, I can't.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a thing. Trust me. Men over 40, make sure you get checked every year.
Yeah.
Okay, just telling you guys, and over 40.
38 weeks of radiation therapy is no fun.
No, but you're getting through it, and you're surviving, and you know, I mean, between you and me, okay, when it comes to that kind of a topic, the first person that I think of is Frank Zappa, because that's how he went. Okay. I heard, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get this right or not, but I could have sworn I thought that Dio even had a brief scare. They thought it was prostate, but it turned out to be stomach, because there was some other underlying issue around that time. But and then, as goofy as this is going to sound for men, yes, us manly men, only because of Peter Criss do we know that yes, men can get breast cancer, even though it's only about a 10 percentile, but it can happen. Wow. So just go. I know you didn't expect Psycho to tell you, go see your doctor yearly for your checkups and get the tires rotated, your oil changed, everything. Just get it all done and over with. Trust me. Going to go see the urologist is not fun, especially when you know it's time. And I'm like, oh, but it saves you a lot of grief later. Your butt. Yep. Elvis Cup guy, how you doing? Butt. I know. Yeah, and we see
no fun drinking that stuff. Drinking that stuff for the test is no fun either. Believe me, because all you want to do. No.
Ooh.
Oh, that's terrible, like chalk.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that shit. And that's another thing too.
All right.
But all right.
I'll let you know.
It's all good, because I'm about ready to wrap this up anyway. So, but thank you for all that, and thanks for coming on with the Crimson story. I'll tell you that right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut this short. I know it's not even been an hour, but that's okay. I thank Chris for coming on up here and telling the story and everything. I'm just a little off today, so you'll have to forgive me. May or may not do a show tonight. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how I feel later today. But I want everybody, stay warm. Okay, stay warm. And go have yourself a good breakfast if you can. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee, each and every time. That's one thing that you guys will always remember. The other thing that you need to remember is this major point. Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.